Hello, wonderful people of the great World Wide Web. Welcome to the first episode of Season 3. Yeah, my friends, Season 3 already. Time really does fly. Just like last time, when I started editing Season 2, I already had footage for Season 3. And somehow I managed to repeat the same trick again. I'm only now starting to work on Season 3, while Season 4 is already written and recorded. So the plan, I'll try to finish Season 3 and 4 before I actually start Season 5. The first two episodes of Season 3 are actually a bunch of rides squeezed into just 2 episodes, purely to save time in the editing room. They cover my local rides from spring and summer 2024. And since I want to focus my energy on the main adventure of Season 3, I'll try to talk a bit less than usual. No promises though. So, for your pleasure, here's the first one. Let's see what's next. The first ride you are watching happened back in March 2024, which technically means it should belong to Season 2. How my seasons actually work is explained in the first episode of Season 2, so if you missed that, there's a link waiting for you in the upper right corner. It was a perfect spring day, so I rode from Zagreb toward Karlovac, sticking to unpaved roads as much as possible, with Osman as my navigator. Easy trails, perfect for season warm-up. Unfortunately, I didn't quite make it to Karlovac, a closed gate had other plans. Still, it turned out to be a great day and a great ride. This was a really cool moment, and it reminded me why I ride in the first place. A pretty big bird, I'm guessing some kind of eagle or falcon, flew right in front of me, long enough that I actually had time to turn on the GoPro and capture the last few seconds of it. Moments like that turn a great day and a great ride into something special. Later on, I was joking that I was actually searching for the narrowest road in Slovenia. At the beginning of June 2024, I rode out to the ruins of the old town of Veliki Kalnik, a 12th century fortress. There is a local legend tied to this place. During the Mongol invasion, King Bela IV is said to have taken refuge here while the fortress was surrounded and supplies were running low. Under the cover of night, villagers from below secretly threw plums into the castle, keeping the defenders alive with food and water. After the invasion, the king rewarded them with noble status, and jealous neighbors later mockingly nicknamed them Šljivari, meaning something like the plum throwers or plumbers or something like that. And as I usually do, I stuck to unpaved roads as much as possible. On the way home, I stopped by a nearby creek and the shoutout waterfall, spending some time there just enjoying the place. I also found a short, steep section nearby and used it to practice my downhill riding. Riding it up and down a few times, just working on control. This was a great ride. Lonjsko Polje Nature Park, one of my favorite spots near my hometown, with beautiful unpaved roads winding through forests and open fields. Other than a few short sections and some wrong turns, it was an easy ride on well-maintained trails through beautiful nature. Lonjsko Polje, translated Lonja Fields, is a nature park and the largest protected wetland area not only in Croatia, but in the entire Danube basin. This vast floodplain along the Sava River is shaped by regular seasonal floods, creating a unique landscape full of wildlife, traditional villages and wide open space. Floods can happen almost any time of the year here, and that's exactly why Lonjsko Polje, or Lonja Fields, is so important. It works like a giant natural sponge, absorbing excess water and protecting nearby towns and villages from flooding. What really makes this place special is how people still live in harmony with nature. Livestock from local farmers roam freely across the fields and forests, just as they have for centuries. Cows, horses, pigs, no fences, no rush, just following the rhythm of the floods and the seasons. Places like this have almost disappeared from Central Europe, which makes Lonjsko Polje one of the last landscapes where traditional farming and wild nature still exist side by side. If you're ever visiting Zagreb or Central Croatia, I highly recommend stopping here. Expect great local food, quiet rural places to stay, and nature that slows you down in the best possible way. To spice things up, I completely forgot to refuel. The last part of the ride turned into a psychological battle between fuel anxiety and blind optimism that I somehow roll into the gas station in Kutina. Eventually, I made it to Kutina and the gas station, once again dodging the consequences of my legendary fuel neglect. This was an interesting ride. From Zagreb to Grosuplje, a small town near Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia. I really love Slovenia. It's a small country, but incredibly beautiful. Once again, I handed navigation duties over to Osman, and once again, he decided that the most interesting way is never the easiest one. Instead of smooth roads, it happily sent me onto rough trails, narrow single tracks, and sections that felt more like skill tests than a route. It definitely kept things interesting, tested my off-road riding skills, and reminded me that blindly trusting navigation apps will happily grant you your wish for adventure, whether you like it or not. After successfully getting through the trails Osman has chosen for me, my confidence was sky high. So I decided to push my luck and take a trail shortcut that could save me 20-30 kilometers of paved roads, trading comfort for much higher difficulty level. And things were going pretty well, until they absolutely weren't. Just a few kilometers before exiting the unpaved section, a fallen tree decided that my adventure ends here.
You shall not pass!
I tried everything, going around it, muscling the bike through, negotiating with it mentally, but the combo of my skill level and my tire choice firmly grounded me. I even considered the left side and riding over the tree. But one look at that steep drop below was enough. If the bike went down that hill, there was absolutely no chance I'd be getting it back up. After several failed attempts, a bent right foot peg and a fresh dent in my brand new slip-on silencer, I accepted defeat, turned around and rode back the exact way I came, taking the long way around, with my pride slightly lighter than before. And with that defeat, we close part 1 of my 2-part mini-series of local rides from 2024. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully with fewer fallen trees. Ride safe and keep exploring!